social connections are not just a feel-good thing. Hard data suggests that social connectedness lowers the risk of heart attacks, stroke, and dementia. Loneliness and social isolation has been said to have a health risk similar to smoking one pack of cigarettes a day. The moon doesn't speak, solve problems, or give advice. It simply shows up every month. Beta खड़ा रहना जरूरी है. You just have to be there. My mother, who we called Ija, was the poster child for the value of social connections. During my childhood, I remember her to be a letter writer. In the days of postcards and that beautiful blue folded prepaid letter sheet that she called Antardesi, the Hindi word for inland letter, she was probably the biggest user of these in our entire extended family. Her impeccably neat handwriting was easily diagnosed by anyone who read the letters. The recipient would often eagerly open the letter. The contents would typically be quite mundane and routine in some way, regular whereabouts of our family members. But in other ways, they would be very, very special because they would often be focused not on herself, that's Ija, or her own family, although she would inform them of our welfare. But the letter would often describe in elaborate detail what was going on in the lives of our extended family members and their own families. It was amazing how much Ija knew about everyone. Family members would often say how they learned about people living in their own town from my mother, who lived quite far away in a different town altogether. When my parents moved to the United States, Ija first continued her letter writing, and later, when phone calls became less expensive and eventually free, regular phone calls to almost all family members of the extended family in India became her favorite pastime. And these calls were not gossipy or juicy. They would be matter of fact, short, and to the point, but would give the receiver a sense that Ija cared. They would become particularly more to people who were more vulnerable or going through hardships or financial difficulty, and would often be followed by a small and sometimes meaningful financial help to help them. But it was not the financial help that was remembered, it was the phone call and the few soothing words that were offered. She would often tell us it is simply the call that matters, just being there, just making it known that you care. And it would not matter if her calls were returned or they were not. She would unconditionally continue to call people every single day. Interestingly, the calls did not replace the letters. They were simply added to the letters. And for those who lived close to her and often with her, handwritten notes were given to us on our birthdays with simple but profound messages. During Ija's last days, I got a chance to spend a lot of quality time with her. Her normally neat handwriting had become somewhat distorted, but the emotions shone through the few words. One of the last notes to me and my wife mentioned the immense gratitude to us and a blessing. Here is what it said: "For all that you've done for me, it will come back to you within this lifetime, by way of your children and their successes, and what they do for you." Social connections come in so many different forms. Just being with those who matter, strong friendships, strong relationships, laughter from the diaphragm, as I call it, in the company of close friends on a lazy Saturday night. And even if it is none of those, like Ija, writing letters, notes, and today, a deeply personal message or two, not an impersonal forward or a cold good morning with a flower. As a physician, it has come as no surprise to me that social connections are not just a feel-good thing. Hard data suggests that social connectedness lowers the risk of heart attacks, stroke, and dementia, among many, many other health benefits. And the opposite of it, loneliness and social isolation, has been said to have a health risk similar to smoking one pack of cigarettes a day. Can you believe that? Ija passed away 4 years ago. She was close to 90 at the time and had lived a blessed and a complete life, a life full of social connectedness. Although I think of her every single day, but once a month on Purnima Day, I reflect on her wisdom just a bit more. A few days ago, as I was doing that and looking at the full moon in the sky, I realized just how much it has in common, that is, the moon has in common with social connections. The full moon reveals what has always been there, but hidden in darkness. Social connection does the same. It brings hidden struggles and hidden emotions into light. Human beings shine when someone sees them. The moon doesn't speak, solve problems, or give advice. It simply shows up every month in its full glory. Social connection begins not with words, but with simple presence. Ija would do just that and often teach us, beta khada rehna zaruri hai. You just have to be there, referring to being there for people when they needed you, even if it was just a phone call. The full moon naturally slows people down. It makes us look up. Connections with others does the same. Sharing a story, a meal, a moment, they both create space to breathe. जिंदगी को महसूस करने के लिए जगह बनती है. Like the full moon, we shine brightest not because of our own light, but because of the reflections we receive from the people around us. It may not have been a coincidence that Ija passed away on Purnima Day, one day in the month when the moon is full in all its glory, reminding me of Ija and reminding the world of the power of social connections and the sheer beauty of life.